Hey Maximizers, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Crystal. I am a coupon coach and educator with my company, KrysTheMaximizer.com, and today's video is highly freaking requested. It is to deal with mean cashiers. I know so many of you over my past 2 years of being on YouTube have asked me this question multiple times, and I said, finally, let me sit down and let me give you guys all the tea on how to deal with cashiers. All right, so in preparation of this video, I did a little bit of research. I talked to two of my favorite cashiers at CVS, one manager, one just regular associate, and I got their feedback and I let them know, hey, I'm doing a video and I really want to help people have a seamless experience at the register, or if their cashier is not so friendly, what tips do you have? So I'm gonna give you guys their tips as well, all right? Okay. First off, I just want to give you a few tips of dealing with the cashier in general. The first thing I'll say is always be pleasant. They will sometimes match your energy. There's nothing we can do about somebody who naturally has an attitude, but to a regular person, if you're pleasant with them, they'll be pleasant with you. So please, thank you. Ask them how their day is. Genuinely listen. Comment something about them. Tell them they look nice. Find something that's genuine, right? And say it to them. So be pleasant. It will go a long, long way. The second thing is know what you're doing. My manager said that as well. She said, know what you're doing. And what she means is understand how the couponing process works at that store. How can you do that? You can watch some of my Coupon Beginner Series videos. I have them for CVS. I have them for Walgreens. I have one for Target. Know the coupon policies. You can find those right on the websites. If you go CVS coupon policy, bam, it pops up. Understand how the coupons work. Please don't try to use two manufactured coupons on one item and then get upset with the cashier. Know that there are certain things that they just cannot override. So if they cannot override a coupon or change a price for you, just say that you understand, gather your items, and walk away. All right? Another thing one of my cashiers said was don't argue. So if some things are not going your way or they're not going how you think, you should not argue with them. You should say, okay, I understand. Is there a manager that I can speak to? Because I thought XYZ and it's not going that way. I just want to make sure I'm clear on the process. Ask more for clarification than an argument with them, right? Don't throw somebody else's YouTube video or Instagram post up in their face and say, see, she did it. Why can't I? Not every store in every state works exactly the same. So do not argue with them, all right? Make sure your coupon quantities and size restrictions are correct. All right. If it says 3 ounces or larger and you're trying to use the coupon on 2.7 ounces, make sure you're using your coupons appropriately so that way your cashier will be on your side. Now, how I built my rapport with my cashiers was just that. Every time I went in, I said hello. I asked them how it was. When things didn't go right at the register, I just inquired. I would say, oh, that total looks a little high. And then I would say, did XYZ coupons come off? And then they would say, oh, you know what? I forgot to scan this one. Let me scan it. And I would say, oh, okay. I'm not like, oh, that total's too much. I'm not paying. So just be more inquisitive, and that helps me to win them over. Also, using my transaction breakdown, which I will pop a picture of it up here. At CVS and Walgreens specifically, using my transaction breakdown allows me to know to the cent how much I'm going to pay at the register. My cashiers love it because that means I've done my due diligence. I know my math. So now we're just comparing it to the computer, and then we can go from there. I always am nice to them. I never argue. When the red box is out of paper, I wait in line and I say, the red box is out of paper. Do you mind refilling it? No problem. They will come. Also, another thing that I do, when I'm doing multiple transactions, I do one transaction. If there's one person behind me, I leave the line and I go behind that person and I let the next person go. Even if the person's like, oh no, you go, I say no. I like to do one transaction at a time to be courteous to everyone else in the line. My cashiers and my managers love me for that. To the point where sometimes another manager will come and just ring me up separately and let the other cashiers handle the line because they're appreciative of my courteousness, of me being courteous. Am I saying that right? They appreciate me being courteous to the other customers, so they will sometimes just take care of me and get me out the way, right? Because they also know that because I know down to the cent how much my transactions are supposed to be, they know that most of my transactions are flawless. In the event that a coupon doesn't come off or I don't get an extra buck, they will force print it to me because I built that reputation. So I'm always nice to them. I'm always understanding. I'm very, very patient. If they're on the phone handling something and I'm in line, I wait. If there's 10 people in line, you never hear me yelling, screaming, oh my gosh, this is too much. And if there's another couponer in front of me and they don't know what they're doing, I'm not complaining, I'm not arguing, I'm not yelling. Sometimes I'll even help that couponer try to understand, especially if I see my cashier like they're not understanding what the cashier is trying to say. So I'll come up and like, oh yeah, what she's trying to say is X, Y, Z. And the cashier is like, thank you. So just be overall as courteous as possible. Now, I'm going to say this. There are certain stores that I don't go to because I do not like their cashiers. There are some cashiers and managers that you cannot win over. So what does that mean? Go to another store or shop on a different shift. So when I go into my favorite CVS and I see a cashier that's not my favorite, which there's only about one of them, and I hope they're not watching, and I will wait for another cashier, or I know, mental note, come before this time so I can see my faves. So I don't have to deal with that person who is not as nice as everyone else, but everyone else is super nice. So go to another store, go to another shift. Worst case scenario, if the person is just being ridiculous completely and making up their own policies, I would say call CVS customer service on them and let them know, hey, I've been in the store, XYZ has happened, and it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me not want to shop here. Makes me not want to shop at your store at all. So at Walgreens, my cashiers kind of change a lot, and I still am able to win them over. I haven't had any issues lately with any of the cashiers. And when I say issues, I just mean allowing any coupons or anything like that. Now, some cashiers will come and they'll read all your coupons and they will try to say like, well, that coupon doesn't work for this because it's not on the picture. And I explain to them, it's not about the picture, it's about the words. I say, well, do you mind scanning it and see if the register will accept it? Most of the time they will say yes. Do you mind scanning that to see if the register accepts it? Because per the words on the coupon, this item applies. I haven't had any issues with that before. But my biggest tip is if you feel uncomfortable and you don't like how you're being treated, I would say find another store or find another shift. Now, if your whole transaction is just imploding, the cashier is not nice, your coupons are not working, they're not printing things out, I would let them know, you know what? I'm going to put all of these items back and I'm going to come back another day since it seems like the register isn't loving me. Put it on the register. Don't put it on them. The register isn't loving me today. I'm going to put everything back. I'm going to de-stress and I'm going to come back tomorrow. Take your stuff and leave the store. Sometimes it's just better to leave and remove yourself from the situation than it is to stay there and continue to get angry and escalate the situation. So again, my biggest tips, as well as from my managers and other cashiers, is to be pleasant. Know your stuff. Use my transaction breakdown. When you're doing multiple transactions, be courteous. Do one transaction and leave the line. And when all else fails, if that store and those cashiers are not for you, find another store or shop on another shift. So I hope these tips have been helpful. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else that you do. Oh, one other thing I will do. One of my favorite cashiers one day, I was doing a deal and she was like, oh my gosh, I need to do that deal, but I wasn't able to get any coupons, blah, blah, blah. I had extra coupons. I gave them to her, right? I gave them to her. It was CVS anyway. I couldn't do a second deal. Yes, maybe the deal would have came again next week or a week or two and I wouldn't have the coupons, but that helped me win her over. So now she knows we're cool. I gave her coupons. The other thing I forgot to share with you guys is that one time the CVS Red Box was down. If you guys remember that one Sunday, it was awful. No CRTs were printing. No coupons were coming off at the register. CVS had like a system-wide glitch error. Something was happening. So as I walked into my store, every cashier and every manager came up to me and they're like, oh my gosh, good morning. We want to let you know the Red Box isn't working. Don't put your phone number in because coupons aren't coming out. The next person, oh my gosh, you're here. We want to let you know none of the coupons are coming off. Paper, digitals, nothing's working. We don't want you to waste your time shopping and then to get to the register to see that it's not working. Call us in the morning to see if it's working, and then if not, maybe you can come back on Tuesday when they finally fix it. It's not even a store issue, it's a CVS system issue. And I said, oh my goodness, I saw on YouTube that a lot of other people were having a similar problem. I thought I'd come in just to see. Thank you guys so much for telling me. As I'm leaving the store, another cashier comes up to me and she's like, oh my God, today's been a nightmare. I have so many new couponers and they don't understand that the register just isn't working. I can't override anything. I can't force print anything. I can't even get the red box to work, and it is terrible. Please don't shop today. Come back another day because you're going to be disappointed because no coupons are coming off. Extra bucks are not printing. She was like, it's just a hot mess. I wish I could go home right now. So because I built a rapport with them, I speak to them. Sometimes I'll spend 15 minutes just talking to them. Now, yes, does that take 15 minutes of my time? But think about that as an investment for the long run. Now they're on my side. So when the system was broken, everyone made sure to say, let's tell Crystal so she doesn't waste her time, because we know that she spends time in our store. So that's just one example of how building a rapport with my cashiers has really benefited me. So I know they're not all nice. Not every transaction is going to go as planned. Not every coupon is going to come off. And not every cashier can be won over. So all you can do is control you. We can't control them. We control ourselves. We can control our reactions. And we can control the energy that we put out. Make sure you are in a good mood when you're shopping, you're happy, you're high vibes. Also, make sure you're not in a rush. Make sure you have time to do your transactions, as well as leave yourself 15 to 20 minutes to actually cash out at the register. You never know if there's a line. You never know what your coupons might do, because we are dealing with technology and it's not always perfect, right? So make sure you give yourself time and grace, because if we're in a rush and we have things to do, or if we're not in the right headspace and our energy is low and we are not in a positive mindset, then we could also come off angry or upset to the cashier, and they will just mirror what we're giving out to them. So again, do what you can to control what you can, which is you, what energy you give off and what reaction you have to whatever the cashier dishes to you. Stay positive, stay happy, stay on top of your stuff, use a transaction breakdown, know what coupons work for what items, and you should have overall a nice experience. In the event that it doesn't, again, remember, you can always leave. You do not have to purchase those items. You can always put everything back, and you can always choose another store or shop on another shift, all right? So if you guys have any questions, or if you have any other tips, tricks, techniques, or things, or you want to share your horror stories or your good stories about dealing with cashiers, let me know in the comments below. I do want to let you know before we go that enrollment for the SWOT Maximizer Academy is currently open. As a member of the SWOT Maximizer Academy, you will get daily coupon coaching from me. I answer your questions every single day. There's weekly live coaching sessions where maximizers are able to set up their budgets together. We're goal setting together, and we're covering our monthly topics. This month, we covered savings and self-care. Next month in September, we're covering all things Target. You also get a very strong foundation as I give you access to my 12-module Shop with a Purpose course. We go through everything from meal planning, grocery shopping, savings and self-care, coupon organization, coupon matching and stacking, creating breakdowns, sales cycles, and so much more. So if you're looking to get a little bit more coaching, you love my live Q&A sessions, you are tired of living paycheck to paycheck, your grocery budget is out of control, you need more help fine-tuning your coupon strategic plan, the SWOT Maximizer Academy is for you. Average SWOT maximizers are literally saving over $300 per month. They are paying down debt. They are paying off cars. They're paying for their kids' college. They are ready to go on vacation when the Rona is over. And they are even just saving in their bank accounts, filling up their emergency funds. They're really making progress on their big financial goals. So if you're interested in joining us, the membership is just $49 per month. $49, that's it. It's less than $1.67 per day to get the coaching, the motivation, and the encouragement that you need to make progress on your big financial goals. So now is the time for you to get in and start making progress on those big financial goals. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe out there. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.